Welcome back to my channel, everyone, and welcome to what has to be probably one of my most highly requested videos on this channel, which is how to break into the luxury market as an agent. Now, you might know this or you might not know this, but working with a luxury client is very different from working with your average Joe. They communicate differently, they have different priorities, and are very cut to the chase, no BS, typically kind of personalities. I'm going to break down step-by-step guide on my own personal recommendation on how to weave yourself into that luxury market, even if you're brand new to the real estate space. So that being said, let's hop into it. First things first, you need to understand what your luxury market is. You need to pinpoint exactly what you're going after and stick with that niche. And when I bring that up, it's because Los Angeles luxury market could be very different from Ohio or North Carolina, wherever you're located. Here you have, your average price point of $1 million, let's just say, but then we have a ton of sales in the $3, $4, $5 million range. Or there's the ultra luxury, which is going over 10 million, over 25 million. So with that being said, I want you to pinpoint what is your goal. Now, keep in mind, the higher in price that you go, the longer it takes to sell and the harder the work will be. And that is something that you have to be mindful of. You might get a really big commission check, but they're going to be making you work really hard for a year to land that one buyer for that one listing. Next step is, if you have not worked in the luxury space before, you don't have, a track record of sales on your belt, then that's when you need to bring in a top producing agent. Now, I might get a lot of pushback from you guys. And I think that people have this tendency to think that everyone around them is competition. And when you're new, it's easy to get a little greedy. You want the full commission. However, you need to look at it this way. Would you shoot your shot on a listing, a luxury listing, and have a slim chance of landing it? Or have an agent partnering with you, giving you a way higher chance in securing that deal? The power of teaming up with another agent is they have a track record. You can say that you're on their team, that you worked on these sales with them before to give yourself credibility. And third, they have the experience and the knowledge of how to communicate and land that luxury client. People that live in multi-million-dollar homes typically are business or professionals, and they have no time to waste. A lot of times, even here in Los Angeles, they'll have estate managers managing their assets for them. You might not even speak to the owner. So having that person backing you is going to be huge in getting that deal. Now let's assume step number 3, that you have no leads, but you know that you want to break into this market. Pick that agent, work with them, get to know them, understand their track record and their history. And I want you to start going door to door with a flyer, with a joint marketing piece with you and that agent. Put recent sales on there, stats for the area, something that's going to give you legitimacy and credibility to your own business. Don't be afraid to lean into someone else's success to boost your own success. And listen, once you start to land a few deals under your own belt with this experience with this other agent, then you'll have the confidence, the communication style, the knowledge of working in this industry and this specific niche. It's going to give you a higher boosted chance in landing those clients on your own in the future. But I want you to start going door to door with that joint marketing piece in areas that top producing agent has had recent sales or active new listings or something that's under contract. And when you're going door to door, ask them, say, hey, listen, nice to meet you. My name is Chloe. I actually work in the area with X group. We just sold something actually just down the street, and I was just curious, do you happen to know anyone that might be looking to sell or lease on your street? Any neighbors come to mind? Now, neighbors have a tendency to snitch on one another, and that is going to give you an in on who to pursue. If they say, I don't know anyone, no neighbors come to mind, say no problem at all. Do you mind if I leave a flyer with you with my contact information and my team's information in case anyone comes to mind? At that point, it's a marketing piece you're prospecting, you're door knocking, and you're having real active conversations. Now, when you land a lead, pitch them with that team backing you for credibility. And if you can get their phone number, if you can try and land an appointment, that's great. Now, let's say you're struggling to initially land that appointment. I've been there before when I was earlier in my career. Then pull that other agent on. They're there for a reason. Have them call them, have them land the appointment. Don't be afraid to be open-minded to this entire process. Now, when you're door knocking, I want you to go after not just standard sales, standard residential homes, but also go after the new construction. The new construction deals is where the money is at. That's where they're typically in the highest price point of the neighborhood. And if you can secure a really good, long-lasting relationship with that developer, that is a lot of deals to come into your future. Same pitch when you go onto a new construction site. Rarely is there an owner, property owner at the site. Just the chances of you running into them are quite slim. But there will typically be workers there, on-site manager, someone located on that work site. Ask questions. Ask to get the phone number. Typically, it's very rare to get the number of the developer, but if you can land the number of the contractor, at least call the contractor. Say, hey, I was walking by around the neighborhood, came across 1234 Banana Street, and I noticed that you're working on this fantastic build. When is it going to be completed? Do you know if it's an owner and user or if it's going to be for sale? And if they're looking to sell it, do a quick pitch on yourself. Ask if you can send some sort of marketing material, some sort of package. Try and land that contact, that initial contact. Sometimes the workers will snitch and tell you, oh, I don't have the number, but the owner's going to be here next Monday for an appointment with the plumber. Show up next Monday, bring your materials, and don't be afraid to have a conversation with them. World of real estate, whether it's luxury or not, prospecting will always get you farther than marketing. Don't make the same mistakes that I did, that I wanted to go the marketing route. I was afraid to have conversations. That is something that I regret now later in my career, missed opportunities. Don't be afraid to door knock, cold call, have conversations, and lean into that team to back you. This is why agent-to-agent relationships are so important. Don't be afraid or stay away from all the top producing agents. Build relationships with them. And listen, they're going to want more business too. So it's a win-win situation where you're helping each other out.